gentlemen, good evening for this Thursday, November 2nd, 2023. We are checking in here on Big Brother 25, Week 13 Eviction, Episode 39. We're just going to go through the analysis here as we took a few episodes off here on this podcast, Super Mater Brothers podcast. We streaming live Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitch. We might listen to it in the audio version. I'm Dave Mater, and I'm joined with Jaemeel Robinson. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right. You say we took some episodes off. I think Big Brother has taken a whole bunch of episodes off in terms of, the variety of challenges that they've decided to bestow upon us this season, especially in the latter part of the season.
Yes, this has been a little bit of a painful week. What was today? Day 93 in the Big Brother house.
Yes,
right? This is
7 more days.
We're like into the third month of this. I thought Sari was very funny tonight in her exit interview in terms of how she talked about, this is like, I bet you go to work for 100 days and you have a bed in the back, but you can't leave and you're always going to be working. And
it's like, don't worry, you can go to the cafeteria.
You go to the cafeteria. It's got a nice backyard, but you're always at work for 100 days. You'd want to go home eventually, right? And you can relate with that. So I think Sari's, that was the nice part of this week and episode was like, it was Sari's eulogy week, but it was really like a slow death dirge in some ways, I thought. As the Jag and Matt show has been going on, I guess Bowie Jane in the Mafia, that was another thing that happened in this week.
So lame. So lame.
So lame. Now we get down to this final four and we're going to, talk about that a little bit, but I don't know. It's just like, this didn't need to be a 100-day season with how we're getting into this final end game. It's just not that intricate,
It's like, did we need that, the bye week and the zombie week? We did not need these weeks. This should have been 14 days less.
14 days easily less. Yeah, like go back to the earlier seasons where they weren't this long, and of course we're into November now, which is just late for Big Brother, but it's gonna be Thanksgiving in the United States before long. It's just like they had a Halloween episode this week, Jaemeel. On Wednesday, it was like, it's a spooky night and it's a scary verse, and I guess it falls into their theme, and I guess they did build a theme around this in some ways. In some ways that makes sense, but maybe this was one of them, but to their credit, but
the boring verse they should have called this week.
There was never a boring verse. Maybe they should have incorporated that into this universe, because it's just been like, I think Felicia in particular has been sort of like, I think she's an interesting TV character and cast member in a lot of ways, but as a game player and in this final end game, it's pathetic. It's painful to watch.
Look, I knew what this week was going to be. So I'm like, I wonder what they're going to lead off this episode with. And I'm like, oh, they're probably going to do the banter, which is like, I've heard of and read about it that, Felicia calls out the banter that they have against Matt. And it's interesting what they include and what they don't include. They don't include, Matt, Bowie Jane, and Jag turning around and just like, calling, Felicia and Sari bad people. And, they did all these we're the good people. We're in that part of the season. It's boring. No one likes it. And they were basically grabbing on straws in terms of a narrative for this episode. And that's what you got. You got bottom of the barrel material because there was no strategy kind of conversations, right? Sari was done for, right? The moment that she was put on the block, right? The only thing this week that you need to know was when Matt won HOH, right? Sari went to him and said, oh my gosh, thank you. I know you said that you weren't going to put me up. And he's like, no, I'm not going to put you up. And then, sorry, I'm kind of putting things out of order. That was before. And then Sari goes to sleep. Bowie Jane and Jag have conversations where they kind of cement things. Matt has a conversation with Bowie Jane and Jag, promising that he won't put them up. That means Sari has to go up. Sari, has a conversation, kind of talks about how Matt said he wasn't going to put her up, right? Matt walked away from this, and the story was, oh, she's trying to guilt trip me into not putting her up. That's not cool. That's even more reason to put her up. Puts her up, right? Jag recognizes that Cirie has done better in challenges more so than Miss Felicia. So therefore, Jag's MO is get out anyone who can possibly challenge me outside of Matt and Bowie Jane. And that's exactly why Cirie's death warrant was signed, and it was done. The week was done. Come Saturday, it was done. Right?
Well, it was apparent on the show this week as well. We're just watching this like painful, like obvious thing, and even they're not even really trying to cover it up that much. Although, you know, of course, in this episode tonight, they're like selling this false narrative. Like maybe it would make more sense for Cirie to stay. Wouldn't that be a better show? I'm like, yeah, but every episode, every time, it's always a misdirect. Right?
Yeah.
You know, like whatever you hope is going to happen, you're not going to get it. I was like, this will never happen. There's no way Jag is not voting out Cirie. You know, and Cirie acknowledged that he would be right to do so because she was coming for him, and she had been for a long time. So it was, you know, I just like, you don't even need to cover. There was not much for us to cover other than some competitions and a couple of people in costumes, which I don't know. Like, did we miss that much?
If this was a Survivor's like episode, Jeff would have showed up. Jeff would have shown up and go, is everyone in agreement what we're supposed to do? Won't even bother voting. Just send Cirie home. Just
right. Like that's why I'm like, we don't even need like 100 days here. Like does it have to end on a preordained night? Can't like the game sort of just organically speed up in any way?
We know what we're getting for these last like 3 episodes.
Yeah, Mary Bass with us and BB.
Jag, yes, that is true. So the mention was Jag has been after her since the very beginning. Yes, and Matt has Matt and Cirie have been thick as thieves for the most part.
You know, I can't even really criticize the gameplay per se. It's just that it's very safe. It's very boring. It's very paint by numbers. Is it even gameplay at this point? There's like 5 people left. Like, what is the gameplay? Oh, I'm gonna shock the world with this Cirie boot. Like, but that's why like Felicia's diary rooms are so painful to watch because she's just like, well, we had a final 4, and I'm like, and then why are we on the block? And like Cirie's like, listen, Felicia, we don't have a final 4. If 2 members of the final 4 are put in the block, that's silly because we have to backdoor Bowie Jane. That's what's happening. Like, that's like, there's 5 of us left, and then like in her diary room is like, what? Cirie, it's either Cirie or I. We have to win this veto. I'm like, and then what? Like, you're gonna be safe,
No.
Do you understand? There's only 5 of you left. So you understand that, like, you're not, like. You made the wrong choice, like because Matt and Jag are the only like sort of comp threats left on the battlefield, and Bowie Jane for that matter. She wins his HOH at the end of this episode.
The only thing she really wins is safety,
right? But it's on the resume. 3 HOHs now. It's like it's just it's something. Even Cameron's willing to vote for her. You saw that. Okay, that's the other thing we need to talk about tonight is the jury house.
When was that segment? Because I must have missed it.
Did you miss it?
I missed it.
It was like in the middle there, I guess. We saw that Cameron was by himself, and then Corey got there, and they hung out for a week. They just made food, from what I could tell. It was kind of a somber affair. And then Blue shows up, and Blue seems, I think Blue's there for a couple of minutes until America then pops in, and then of course America's reunited with Corey. They watch some videos together. And what else happened with that? They were talking about like what they thought of the certain players. Cameron said, I really respect Bowie Jane's game. She's got some resume there, so maybe Cameron's a little, I don't think he's necessarily reflective of the rest of the jury.
Yeah.
But, Blue, I don't know how she'll vote. Blue will vote based on what Blue wants to, emotional. Like if there's anybody who will not be unanimous with the group, it will be Blue. She'll vote however she's going to vote.
#Queen, #Slay. That's what she's thinking of. Like, right. I can just imagine my clip and what the hashtags I'm going to put on my my social media.
Yeah, she'll be looking for her when she goes up to vote. There will be a moment. My prediction. And I guess, well, now with this tonight, I guess Cerie is going to be the next member there to join. So, hanging
She's
out.
like, she wants her lemon drop.
Right. I wonder if she'll find. I wonder if you asked her if she liked the jury house any more than the Big Brother house, if she would find it, or if it's still being at work.
She's like, she'll probably like go up to her room and just lock the door. It's like, I don't want to be around you guys. We'll do finale night. I'll talk to y'all later. I'm just done. I'm just done with y'all.
Well, maybe, because basically when you're in my understanding is when you're in the jury house, you have a handler who's sort of responsible for making sure nothing happens. Does everyone get each a handler? So if there's like 5 jurors, there's 5 handlers?
I doubt it. Like, I think you would only need one handler for the most part. I wonder, do they have,
they don't get out, they don't go like try to get a phone?
Is it like it's like the facts of life and whatever the person overlooking the house making sure as a Tootie doesn't like jump out and go to the town for a party or something?
Right. It's more like Hogan's Heroes, where they just want to stay there and like they keep sneaking out. Over under. Okay, question from BB. Over under on how many blue kitty purrs are going to get on finale night? I'm going to go for at least 3. I'm going 3. I think, good things and bad things happen in 3s, don't they? So
I think it depends on how much Julie actually likes this. If Julie doesn't like it, it's going to be 1 or less. She's going to cut her off so quick. She won't get a clear, pure kitty purr out there.
Well, when she does her vote, I think that will be her. So I think we're getting at least
cut her mic. Cut her mic.
Put your key in the box, Blue, and walk away. Thank you, Blue. Could be. We'll see if that comes to pass. The jury segment. So I guess like I think the only thing that was nice.
Did you think it was like? Did you think it was something special?
Not really. I think that they just were like critical, mostly of even Felicia and the people left in the game, or even Bowie Jane. They were talking about how she didn't realize that Jag and Matt are not good for her game. That was the big criticism of Bowie Jane, and why she probably won't win in the end, but she could win in the end. Depends who she's next to. But I think so here, like of those 3, if Matt wins against either Jag or Bowie Jane, I think Matt wins against basically anybody at this point if he gets to the final 2. I think Jag wins against anybody but Matt. I think that Bowie Jane, I don't know. I think she could beat Felicia in the final 2.
Maybe.
That's it.
Maybe.
Maybe. Felicia,
because Miss Felicia, to make it, she would have to win at least 1 challenge.
Right. Like, what if Felicia wins this veto this week?
Most important veto of the season.
Right. Okay. Like, if Felicia comes out of nowhere next week, wins this veto, and all of a sudden it's Matt or Jag goes, right? Like that.
It would have to be Jag. Like, there's no way that, like, you would have to take out Jag.
But like, wouldn't that be the most epic upset ever if that does happen? It won't happen. It's almost impossible.
It's gonna be another ball. Like, this is gonna be another ball pit veto. It's gonna be a ball pit veto.
Another ball pit veto.
A ball pit veto with like was it a rope challenge where you have to pull your body weight up to deposit the ball just to make sure there's no way in hell Miss Felicia can win. You have to put a handprint and it checks your age, and if you're over the age of like 46, you can't pass.
But what if the producers just like they made some kind of a veto competition that somehow was skewed towards Felicia's strengths, whatever those are? I'm not quite sure what they are. Like, she's the eldest member of the house. So
Dexter, how about one based on numbers? No number challenges so far. Really?
Like something she would be really good at. I don't know.
She's been studying her numbers a lot.
So if that is the next competition, and Bowie, so all of a sudden Bowie Jane and Felicia are safe, then Matt or Jag goes. Then and imagine it was, I don't know, like I think Matt would probably go if it's Matt versus
You
Jag.
think? No, it has to be Jag.
Well, it comes down to Felicia. She would have the vote in that scenario, right?
Yeah.
So what would she choose?
Jag.
to vote Jag out or keep him?
Yeah, vote Jag out.
Vote Jag out.
If she wins the veto, she's the deciding vote.
Correct. So that's why the Final Four veto is always the most interesting part of all that, which is yet to pass. So that's why you could have started that tonight. That would maybe be an interesting way to start the Sunday episode. Coming off of like the Thursday, where they already started that long form. Like if it was like the one with the chicken wire or something like that, or the slip and slide that takes forever.
Slip and slide! Please don't slip and slide.
Already knowing like who the HOH is. Imagine they had the veto winner before the HOHs even played, right? Or
would it just be safety,
or the nominations are done. I guess. I guess then you do nominate. They always go through the formality of doing nominations, even in a Final Four week where it doesn't really matter.
So. Well, I wonder if Bowie Jane is going to put up Jag and Miss Felicia, because Matt has not been on the block. Neither has Bowie Jane. So Bowie Jane's going to go the entire season without being on the block.
Is that only better for her resume? Does she win because of this?
Do people even care?
Well, okay, like certain jurors, I think even Suri, does not have a lot of love for Bowie Jane. What did you think of that whole conversation in tonight's episode between Bowie Jane and Suri in like the bedroom there, where it's so fake? It was so distant.
It is.
Although Suri, I thought, tried a little bit to like, okay, like I know we've had our ups and downs, and but it just kind of didn't work.
All during this entire thing, Jag, Matt, and Bowie Jane have been doing the we're good people, they're bad people type of loop of in their minds and verbally, that there was no way they've locked in that it's them. They've locked in.
But like the spoiler and all that is that if you keep saying we're the good people, they're the bad people, that's actually what you're the bad people.
Yes,
because it's bad.
Which is like folks, like if you ever get in Survivor or Big Brother and you have that we're the good people moment, understand that you just coming across like a total asshole in that. You're wrong, okay? Because they're not just the bad people, they're also the good people, and you're not just the good people, you're the bad people. You're playing a game to win money. Okay, there's no noble situation, really. You're not this shining knight of prosperity and goodness. I will win for Gabler, who gave away his money. Right? There's not a lot of nobility. Okay, I'm just saying that.
Question here from BB and Jaemeel: if they locked in, does that mean that Bowie noms Felicia and Matt?
I don't think they're gonna. I wouldn't be surprised if she nominates Felicia and Jag, and Matt doesn't go on the block, or she nominates.
I don't think she will nominate Jag. I think she'll keep him off.
Nominate Matt, and then she's the only one who wasn't on the block for the entire season.
But let's say if Matt wins the veto in that situation and he takes Jag down. No, he wouldn't take Jag down. He'd take himself down. Then he has the vote to vote out Jag, is what I mean. So would he take that shot, or do you think he votes out Felicia?
He should.
No, I know he should. He's 100% should.
I can't. I truly can't. I cannot think of any reason why, unless your name's Cody, that you would not vote out Jag.
But Matt, I don't think he will. I think he'll go on loyalty.
Congratulations, Cody.
Oh, I know that's what it would be. But okay, but if Jag did go out at the Final Four, which I don't think I think Jag is going to will himself to this win like you have never seen. Like this is this guy is determined to win this game. I think he's absolutely going to win this game. I think in a week's time, we'll be saying Jag is the winner of Big Brother 25. I think that I know it's almost it's like I feel like he's already won it, in some ways. Of course we got to go through the motions here, but if somehow in some unlikely universe Jag does go out here at Final Four, then I think it's a whole new day, because it's a whole brand new kind of interesting final three that I think
Matt wins against either or.
Right. Okay. More interesting maybe if Matt goes out at final four.
Then I think it's either Jag or Felicia wins.
Not Bowie Jane.
I don't think people like Bowie Jane at all.
Bowie Jane isn't. But does Bowie Jane only? Is she playing for the runner-up position, or do you think she thinks she?
Yeah, I actually think she is.
Or does she think she can make a speech at the end? She is a barrister.
Hello, Jolie.
Jolie, good day. She always talks about, I want to vote on Surrey. It's just like, oh my God.
I voted out Jag.
Yeah, hello, good day, Julie. Yeah, she
even though on my HOH, even though technically I wasn't responsible, Cameron came out on my
right,
and so did America.
Yeah, good day. That's Bowie Jane. Yeah, I don't know. Like I keep wondering because my wife Jane drafted Bowie Jane in this, and I was
for Jane. Yay for Jane, not for Bowie Jane.
Jane drafted Bowie Jane, her namesake, half of not the Bowie part, but but does she have a path to win? Probably not. I don't know. My picks are
against Miss Felicia, and Miss Felicia just pisses everyone off.
That reminds me, Jaemeel, you went out tonight. You had Surrey.
It is me and Daryl. We lasted a lot longer than our actual picks.
Yeah, about 80 days longer than both of your other picks, Luke and Kirsten. Way early in the draft. Yeah, whereas Surrey, let's talk a little bit more about Surrey's game, I guess, over these 90 days. In terms of, was it disappointing for you, or more? How do you look as in Surrey's tenure in Big Brother, and how this
does it mess up her legacy? I think that regarding the tools that she had, I think she did a pretty decent job in it, because when you think of a lot of survivors in terms of social game, and especially being as a known quantity, she did surprisingly well. And even with what people were thinking that Jared was an advantage, was kind of a handicap in this regard. She did pretty well, and you can really see that the social game that she had, that she was renowned for, like that's true, and it fits in any game that she plays. She's able to capture the imagination and the intention of a lot of people. B Bean has a question: how much will Surrey influence the jury vote? I think she will do actual really good job, because I
positive for who? Like who? She's gonna be pitching for Matt more than anybody. I think
she will, definitely. And I don't think it's going to be very difficult for people to. Matt has done a really good job in terms of as people were going out, he was not getting the blood in his hands that Jag was. All right.
This is where I couldn't understand Bowie Jane tonight, where she kind of brushed off. She kind of said some things to Surrey, but Surrey could tell she didn't mean it. I think anybody could tell that Bowie Jane is not maybe good at being fake. So maybe that's just ultimately what it comes down to. She's not a great player. Yeah. But she should be more her. I guess her goodbye message to Surrey was whatever. It was fine. But just I think she could do more to understand that Surrey will have an influence on the vote. And if you want to win this game, Bowie Jane, if you just want to get to the final two, and if it's against Jag or Matt, and you're just hoping for your chances of somehow getting the vote at that point,
what distinguishes her from Matt and Jag? Is it the amount of HOH wins she's had? She's had 3, right?
What distinguishes her? Not a lot, because she's really not out there with the social game. She's really not up front. She kind of does her own thing, and so she's kind of seen as a kind of a tagger on, right?
She's won 3 times through tiebreakers.
Right. She's won a bunch. She's done a bunch of numbers on chalkboards, and she's ended up HOH almost all through those types of things. She seems to have a good memory. She seems to be good with like looking at things and sort of.
Did Jag throw? Do you think Jag threw?
I don't think Jag threw this.
Do you think that
Felicia
number
threw?
that he gave? What was his number?
Oh,
he said 5,000, right? Was it 5,000? And the number was 4,000, right?
Yeah, he just went over, right?
Yeah.
Well, you think he threw it over? I don't know. Well, we'll find out. We'll find out on the next episode. But I don't. I think he would want to be the final 4 HOH. What? There's no downside to being the final 4 HOH.
You want to be. You want to control your own destiny.
Meaning?
Like you want to be the one.
You want that vote. You want a chance to compete in that veto and have that final vote in Final Four versus just having safety.
Yeah, because you like even if you win HOH and the veto, you only pick who does the.
Okay.
Does the vote.
And here's the next question. If Jag wins this season, where would he rank in comparison to other winners for you? What percentile? In all of the 24 other winners, including Taylor, including Derek, Cody, and others.
Let's see. He didn't commit a murder, so he's not in last place, right? So I would say
who committed a murder?
Well, isn't the guy in jail? Is it a murder or was it tax evasion? One of the two.
Maybe a tax evader. Tax cheat.
I would say he would be with Num being the best, one being the best, and like 24th be, or I guess 25th would be the worst. He would be like what, 21, 20?
You put him in 20th place. That's bottom tier. So you're saying
bottom tier.
He's in the lower 20 percentile.
This season would be bottom tier.
I don't know if I would say he's that low, even of the winners I've seen.
Okay, is Taylor was a better winner?
Where would he to other winners? Like in terms, how do you rank this? Like, I guess like who's okay? Where does Josh rank for you in terms of a winner? Martinez.
He's a bottom percentile as well.
Yeah, he's Nicole Franzel.
Skewing more between bottom because like I have to think of like the top tier. We're talking about the Dans, the Dr. Wills, the Junes, even like Rachel Riley, Jag
would be the only evicted winner.
Yes. He has to be bottom percent. He has to be in the bottom percentile.
No, that's more impressive. I think that
you got vote. So Chris Underhill. We're talking about Chris Underhill type of situation survivor.
You get an asterisk next to your name.
Anytime you have an asterisk, you have to be at the bottom percentile.
No, I think it makes you special. I think it's almost like a crowded achievement.
Is Jag better than Ian?
Jag better than Ian? No. Well, Jag's competing against seemingly more inept players, so I think that's ultimately. If you threw Jag into like an all-star season, how do you think he would do?
He would do horribly against Janelle. Against Janelle,
against like Evil Dick.
No, Evil Dick would piss him off. Piss him off way too much. Like people were already pissing off before.
Rachel Riley.
I would say Rachel. I don't like Rachel Riley. Sorry, folks, and I still put Rachel Riley above Jag.
Would you? Derek Lavasser, where is he?
Derek's in the top percentile. He just controlled that season from beginning. Jag did not control this season, right? We're talking about the really bottom half of this season, and Andy
Herron.
Oh, the Rat King, Andy Herron.
Yes, the Rat King. That's a good name.
The Rat King. He really played.
I think
he's mid. I would say mid.
I would put Jag above Andy Herron, wouldn't you? Or
because
if he wins,
is Jag playing the same way he started the game?
I think he's playing a little bit more into.
I'm not saying better or worse. I'm saying is he playing
a little bit?
Would you give more points if someone had so Derek? He had his thing from the beginning, and he had some obstacles, but he controlled that game from beginning, middle to end. Right.
I can't say that about Jag. No, I think Jag getting voted out 10-0 proves that he wasn't playing the best. And I think Corey makes that point in the jury segment tonight, that he thinks that Jag, like if Jag, I think that of course Jag loses to Matt, and could Jag even lose to Bowie Jane?
No, I don't think so.
Not even, right? Even
I
with
don't
the
think
vote
so.
out, because
I don't think people respect Bowie Jane.
They don't want to give her the win. I just don't think that they'll want to give her.
It's like all you're going to hear if Bowie Jane makes it to the end, it's going to be coattails. All people are going to be talking about is coattails.
There's no way Felicia votes for Bowie Jane in the end.
No, Miss Felicia hates Bowie Jane.
There's no way in hell.
That's why there have been situations where they couldn't put Bowie Jane on the block because they know Miss Felicia's going to vote for her regardless. It's like a known fact.
Right. Well, I guess they will never have to be in the jury house together if I guess if Bowie Jane and Matt and Jag all end up doing final three together.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll actually get out Felicia next? Is it worth, like, if you look at from Bowie Jane, Matt's, and Jag's respective games, is getting out Felicia the best option for the three of them?
I answer that question with another question, right? Wouldn't it be in the best interest of Jag and Matt to have Miss Felicia on the in the jury house on the voting block, because Bowie Jane, that's -1 automatically to Bowie Jane. And then if Bowie Jane does not make it to the end, right? Mm-hmm. I think she's going to, like, if you're Jag, I think Bowie Jane's going to be loyal to you and vote for you. So that's +1 for Jag, right? If you're Matt, you like Bowie Jane not making it in, or you taking Bowie Jane, that's one less vote for Jag. Right. And the only thing that Matt has to worry about is if he eliminates Jag's probably not going to vote for him, unless he gets over the fact that he was, outdone.
Jag will vote Matt out if he gets a chance here in this final.
I think so. Jag also has made it been known that he didn't particularly like when Corey mentioned that Matt was playing the best game. Right, and that kind of really pushed him towards a more substantial Bowie Jane relationship.
Right, I think Jag already knows. Well, okay, that's in this episode tonight. We haven't even talked about that, where Felicia tells Matt that Bowie Jane and Jag are saying mean things to you. What she really kind of says to him is they're disrespecting you because they're kind of hanging out a little bit too much, and they're clearly making each other's number one. Don't you see this? But Matt interprets it sort of another way, and then he goes to Jag with his interpretation, which is, of course, Jag refuses because it didn't happen the way it's being described to him either. So you can kind of understand from his point of view.
They talk about it that it was just banter. It was just banter, and then Bowie Jane's like, I play sports. I know what banter's about. Miss Felicia doesn't know. She doesn't realize that it was just banter. We say stuff about each other all the time. It was all in good fun. And then they proceeded to the alcohol that they were hoarding. They made sure that they went and drank it themselves and didn't share with Miss Felicia or Suri, because in the past, Suri has isolated folks, and now it's her turn to be isolated.
Right. Well,
because they're the good people. Keep that in mind. That's the mantra. We're the good people.
Like, this must be hell for the live feed people, right?
It's terrible.
It's gotta be awful for them, right? Like, I'm glad I don't watch that stuff anymore, but because I was just like, I can't even imagine what you're checking in with this particular Final Five, and how, like, I think always when you get down to this few players, it's a bit stale, but at this point, because how many conversations can you really have? But sometimes you get more intricate things, like you look at all these different players, like in terms of like what with this final two or this final two. This season, it's like there's a definite hierarchy to these players and who's going to win depending on who gets to the end. It's just really coming down to, will somebody cut somebody given the chance, or will it not even matter because so-and-so just wins out or whatever. So, we only got another week, and then we're past 100 days, Jaemeel. It's been over 3 months of this.
Yeah. I gotta fix things for myself for next week. I kept thinking that we were nearer to the end than we are. I gotta give away a ticket to a movie I have next week, Thursday.
What's that?
I bought my Miss Marvel tickets. The Marvels tickets for Thursday. I'm like, yeah, Big Brother must be over. Big Brother must be over.
If you're gonna go see it Thursday, and then we're gonna try to get a podcast in with Davan at some point.
We have finale. Isn't finale next Thursday?
Yeah, we can't. What, you're going to see it Thursday? You're saying? So,
that's right. Literally, I mistaken the dates.
So you can't be here for finale? Is that what you're saying?
That's not. You see, look at this. We're misinterpreting the situation. We're losing the plot. I said I got to figure out another ticket situation because finale is next week.
Okay. Oh, so
yeah. There you go.
Okay, but you already bought your tickets?
Yes.
Okay, but you forgot.
So I got to figure out a ticket situation because finale is next week.
You should go see it Friday, and then we'll talk about it on Saturday.
I don't want to see it on Friday
or Sunday.
Ooh, Sunday. That's way too late.
Well, I don't think I'm gonna be free on Wednesday to see it. So
no, it's not available on Wednesday.
Oh, well, then I can't see it then either. We'll figure it out.
I'm just saying. For me, I got to figure out how I'm gonna do it.
Right. Well, okay. Well, we're gonna have a podcast coming up. That will be on the Mary Mater Marvel Society. Check that later. But I guess
we have to figure out Loki.
Loki, yeah, we're gonna be doing that next too. But do you think we're gonna be doing a podcast on Sunday for like this Final Four, or like we'll see, right? Like it depends how late it comes. Like these Sunday episodes are getting out to like 11 o'clock at night sometimes. I'm just like, we'll catch up Thursday. So we may or may not be back, guys. This is not
honestly the veto has to be on Sunday, right? Veto has to be Sunday, and then they're gonna start talking about part 1.
Right. So, like, if
is there a Tuesday episode? Is there a Tuesday episode?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, because we're supposed to have. So I guess is Tuesday going to be the recap / part 1?
Oh, it might be.
Yeah.
Like, let's all sit around and have champagne together.
Do we want to skip Tuesday? Like I hate the recap episode.
Yeah, so we'll definitely be back for finale. So
yes,
there might be one more podcast here. We'll see, guys. So if suddenly Jag's getting voted out, then we'll probably be on
emergency broadcast episode.
Yeah, emergency broadcast. But we'll be wrapping up the season one more week and reclaiming our lives at that point as this season finally comes to an end.
You will confirm and finalize your application for Big Brother Canada.
I was thinking about doing that tomorrow.
You should have filmed some footage in Philadelphia.
I have some footage. I did. I went up the Rocky stairs. Yeah, we were playing. Well, Maud had the speaker, like a Bluetooth speaker.
You can put it in post.
But we had it going in real life too. Yeah. So
did people look at you funny because there's usually a line at the steps?
They did look at us funny. So that's how it goes.
Yeah.
All right, and then we're also doing Survivor here on this channel. I would hope by now we do that. But if you didn't know we do that, you should check it out. We're down into the jury phase. Remember those guys? That was a long time
ago. Hey, who knows? Next episode, I might lose both my draft picks. You never know.
It might happen, or maybe neither. Maybe they'll be the final two. Who's to say? Also, check out our other content in the United Federation of Podcasts. That's our network, where we have our different podcast hosts like Jaemeel and myself, and many others like Davan, Skelhorn, André, Myette, Chris Murphy, Eamon Mater, and some others. Michael Chan. We got Live Long and Podcast, Star Trek. Check out that channel if you like Star Trek.
Lower Decks, last episode of this season.
I already did that tonight. I was on talking about Lower Decks. We got Trivial Debates, where we got a Transformers episode coming up. Not in September, but it's going to happen. We've had this in the plan for months. This has been going for a while.
More than meets the eye.
Yeah.
So what you're telling me is, just in case, get my episode afterwards kind of situated and figured out, just in case, right? Break in case of emergency.
We'll have to figure out a Christmas episode. Then watch out, Eamon Mater talking music. We're looking to set one up him with Benny Graves in the near future, talking about a Black Sabbath, perhaps. X-rated with Davan Skelhorn, André, Myette, talking about X-Men, the cartoon, the animated series, as well as many other X-Men movies, and talking to people from that series.
November 14th. You don't want to miss that episode, because that is the Generation X episode. We review Generation X.
Did you listen to the review of or their interview with Tony Daniels?
I listened to some of it. I still have to listen to the whole thing.
It was pretty good. Yeah, Tony Daniels, the voice of Lotto 649 and some of the things.
Yeah.
But he was on there, having played music with a whole bunch of artists and whomever. But he had all these stories, like, was going on and on. It was great. Anyway, and then Hold Up Movie Podcast. They're going to be doing radio movies or something.
Yep. So Pontypool is it, and so is Airheads with the Lone Rangers.
The Lone Ranger. Oh, Kemosabe.
Rangers, plural.
Plural. Rangers.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Airheads?
Have I seen Airheads? I don't know. What is it?
Brendan. It's Steve Buscemi, Brendan Fraser, Adam Sandler. The Lone Rangers, the band, Brendan Fraser's band, they take a radio station hostage so that they could impress his girlfriend and get a record contract.
I don't think I've seen this. No,
you should watch it. You should watch it.
They take a radio station hostage so that he can get a record contract. This is his logic.
He's trying to play his song, and he can't get his song played.
Can't get his song played. Is it a good song?
I remember it still.
Yeah. All right. It must be pretty good. All right. Memorable.
It's no Scotty. It's no Scotty doesn't know, but
maybe I'll have to watch those 3 movies with the Hold Up guys.
I think Airheads. You could just lock that in. It's
an easy watch. Okay. That's good. Okay. Well, what else, Jaemeel? Is there anything else to mention, or should we sign off for tonight? And
sign off for tonight. Everyone, have a great night. Watch Lower Decks, then watch the review of Lower Decks, then go back and watch previous reviews of Lower Decks. It is fantastic.
Right. And we'll see you next time. Hey, how about for some safekeeping?
For safekeeping? Whether it's the veto or some daggone condoms, everybody in the Big Brother house is looking for some protection.